Hello guys, welcome to another video. So we're going to look at USDJPY. I'll just do the normal top-down analysis and then I'll give you a setup or sort of a signal at the end of the video. So just make sure that you watch until the end. So let's get started. All right, so if you still remember, if you've been on this channel or watched the previous video, remember when we did the previous analysis on this one, the price was still around somewhere here, and I told you that if it takes this one out, there's a high possibility that it will pull back and then take off again, of which it did that. So we're just going to continue with the analysis. So when I speak, guys, you must listen, you must look at the analysis that I make and then make sure that you take advantage of the setups that I share in here. So we're just going to continue with this analysis. So we're just going to start with the highest time frame. All right, so this is the structure on monthly. So it still looks pretty much the same. We are just bouncing from the support or the rally, base rally. So we are bouncing from that, even though we took out the first one. This one was defeated. We moved lower than this one. Then we moved to the second one. And that's when the price, if you look at how the bears moved from the highest point on this screen, which is up there, until they reached here. It was very aggressive, just 2 candlesticks or 2 months. And then they were already, covered so much space. Now, when they touch the second support, which is the current one that they're bouncing from, all of a sudden they're giving us these candlesticks, which shows that the bulls are sort of coming in, because here you can see it was just the bears dictating the direction where the price should go, and all of a sudden the bulls are coming in, they're challenging the bears, and they even formed a very strong bullish candlestick here, which is what the price is bouncing from this. So that's why we are saying, because we are bouncing from this and the bulls are already showing us that they are trying, or they have a potential of pushing all the way up, maybe until somewhere there, which is why last week we were, when we got to the H4, we were searching for buy trades. So here nothing much has changed. We are still at the support. We still have some space to go there, and unless if the bulls or the bears continue and break this, then they will be headed towards this direction. So until they take out that support, we will just take that support as a valid structure that is holding, and it has a potential of rejecting the price and push it all the way up. As you can see, we already have that strong bullish candlestick. So let's see what we have on the weekly chart, because remember, we need to start with the highest time frame, then work our way down. So the weekly was very much bullish until this point when this guy was taken out, right? Because if you look at it, when the structure was touched, when this support, or the trend line was touched, the bulls did try to bounce from there. You can see a bullish candlestick. So basically the bulls moved from this, and the highest point they reached was that. It was them trying to reject the price at the trend line, but the bears were so strong such that they removed this, and they even removed area of support. Now they moved deeper into towards the next support, which is this one. And remember, this is located inside the bigger monthly one. Remember, there's a monthly one that we just marked. So we've got a weekly support that is located deeper inside the monthly one, and the price touched it and then it rejected. And now when it was moving up, it moved higher than this, and now it is sort of playing around with this one. So what you can take is to say that currently this is the structure that I need to look out for if I'm trading on weekly. And on what's this one, in terms of the support, this is the support, because remember, the bulls, the bears were dictating the price, pushing all the way to the downside, just like we saw on the monthly one. But after touching this support, the bulls, they rejected them and caused them to go all the way up there, breaking this resistance there, which means this is a very strong newly formed support, because it pushed up and it broke the resistance. But the nearest resistance currently would be this one. So just because you are touching, since you are touching this support here as a pullback, there's a very high possibility of the price pushing up until there, or even maybe stay there and then break it and go all the way up there. If you remember the structure we saw on monthly, unless if the bears, when the price gets to this, when the price gets to this, the bears still say no, we are not done, and then they break this, they will also, it means they will be taking out the monthly support as well, like I showed you. Then it will mean that they have to go all the way until there. But currently, for as long as the bears haven't broken that support, for as long as the bears haven't taken out this low, this price has a higher chance of going up to at least back there or even break and move a bit higher. So let's check what we have on daily. So this is the structure on daily. Daily was moving up, all the way up, and we had a bullish trend line. You could have put it maybe somewhere there and say it was taken out. Areas of support as well were removed from this. All of them were taken out, of which even this one I think was removed. And then the price became bearish. But currently, if you look at it, this current trend, it's no longer so bearish because of what? We have moved higher than this guy. If you look at what we saw on monthly, what we saw on weekly, and what we are seeing here on on daily, the structure is still pointing towards the bulls, because when we're doing the analysis previously, the price had already showed us that it wants to reject because of what we were seeing, this bullish rejection candlestick, while the price was inside that weekly support, monthly support. That's where we're saying the bulls seem like they're about to come in, and they did push all the way up, and currently the price is bullish on the daily chart. So which means, should the price give you a pullback, we are not predicting a pullback, we are just saying if the price is going up, the only safest way to enter, it's not like if the price is already there, it's not safe for you to just execute while the price is there. But if you wait for it to give you a pullback, maybe towards a bullish trend line or towards an area of support, that's where you'll have more that's a very good area for you to try and join this bullish trend, because when you're buying higher, that's very risky. So that's why we are saying, already we know the price is going up, we've got this, right? And we can have this as the resistance that we are touching currently. But we're saying if we want to join these bulls, I think this here is a very good area where you can get your buy trade and continue like that. If you missed it, this will be what you you'll be waiting for this on a daily chart if you're trading on a daily chart. If you're trading on H4, obviously the way you're going to enter will be slightly different, because the structure that side won't necessarily look the same as the structure that we are seeing here. But what we need to take from this chart is that daily is also bullish, and this is the nearest area where I can take my buy trade. It can still continue going to the upside because of what? It did give us this, which is what we call bullish pin bar. And then after giving us the bullish pin bar, the price moved higher than it, even though it failed to continue or at least close above it. Now it's ended up with what? A bearish pin bar. Maybe if the bears can break this, they can go for that push or pull back towards the support. But the bulls can still open up there and still continue with their mission, because we saw that on the other time frames there's a lot of buying pressure. So let's check what we have on H4. So this is what we have on H4, and remember the last time we did the analysis, the price was sort of just breaking this trend line, and also I said to you that because you've got this nearby, if the price just removes that, then the pullback will be very nice for you to catch, because of what? It will have confirmed the uptrend. I mean, if you look at this, I think it has removed it. Yes, if you look at this, this is where we stopped, and we did go higher than it. So that's why I said you need to wait for the price. Just because the price is going up does not mean you can just jump in the middle of nowhere. That's why even on the daily I'm saying to you that we know it's going up, but the safest way to enter would be to wait for a pullback before we jump in. So here, what do we have? We have got a bullish trend, and currently the price, you can put a bullish trend line there, put it somewhere there, because it's very, this one is not nice, but we can put the bullish trend line there, and we can take this as our nearest resistance on H4. So maybe the price, if it can move slightly towards the trend line, then you're waiting for confirmation around the trend line, then you can catch that, take that as your buy opportunity, because around where we are currently, it's not good. I wouldn't trade anything around there if I'm trading H4. But if it gives me some room, breathe, move to the downside, come and touch this, give me confirmation, then I'll go and target this as my thing number one. And then I can also go with this, but I'll be mainly targeting, the big targets will be what we saw on the bigger structures, because we saw even on weekly we're saying there's a potential of going back to this. So that's why you can maybe end up holding your trade for a bit longer. But currently we can see that when the market closed, we closed with this type of a candlestick that looks like this, which means the bulls and the bears, they haven't decided there. But the bulls can still break above and continue, or the bears can break to the downside and move the price a bit lower. I feel like if it moves towards that trend line that we have somewhere there, this one around there, if it gives you confirmation there, it will be a very good area for you to buy. Otherwise, I wouldn't trade around where we are currently if I'm trading on H4. Maybe if I move to H1, I'll find nice entries, but here on H4, I wouldn't take it. Now this is what we have on H1. So the structure on H1 is bearish because of what? We were bullish. We were having a bullish trend line somewhere there, and the bullish trend line was removed, and even the area of support, this one here down here, we just removed it, which means according to the structure on H1, the structure is bearish. But maybe this bearish structure would be, sufficient just to accompany the price towards what? That bullish trend line that's around there on H4, right? So I would say that I don't think it's safer for you to take the sell trades to the downside for now. So I would rather wait for the price to maybe, I just hope it moves slightly lower towards that trend line, then I'll search for confirmation there and then move to the upside. So when the price gets to that trend line on H4, maybe the trend line will align perfectly with this. So when the price touches that H4 bullish trend line and you are here on your H1, you know the price maybe is touching the bullish trend line. If it maybe gives you confirmation around the confluence of this support on H1 and also the H4 bullish trend line, if it gives you confirmation there, that's where you can take your buy trades and continue with the bullish trend. I think we can end it here. So what you need to take from this one is that when you're looking at it from the bigger time frames, it does have a very huge potential to continue pushing to the upside like this. But remember, this is what it looks like on a monthly chart, meaning the monthly chart doesn't have more confirmation to push the upside, but this will not happen in 1 week or 2 weeks. So obviously along the way we can have some strong bearish trends on the smaller time frames like your H1 or H4, but that will still not change the structure on monthly. So that's why you need to make sure that you understand the structure on the time frame that you're trading on, and then make your decisions based on that. So if you are trading on weekly, then it will say that it has got more there's a potential of going up until there, unless if it removes this low. This low is a very critical level or price. Unless if the price takes it out, then the bears would have no chance but to go up down until this. But we will see about that. For as long as they don't do that, we do have a potential of going back up. And you can see here also we have what you call bullish engulfing. So basically on this chart, we've got more chances of moving to the upside. But when we are coming to the smaller time frames, the smaller time frames are saying it would be nicer if we pull back slightly before we take off. So that pullback is the one that we're saying, should it happen, it will give us a chance of taking a buy trade from there. And also you can use that H1 nice small support there, the confluence with this trend line. Then you will say, if you get confirmation, then you will buy. If you don't get confirmation, you are not executing. All right guys, so that's all that I think we should you should look for on this chart. So if that low or that support on daily and weekly is not being removed, the price will always have more chance of what? Moving to the upside. So just look out for more buy opportunities on this one. The pullback, I wouldn't say focus on it because of what, it's very tricky. We'd rather wait for it to be complete. If it does happen, then you search for confirmation once the price has reached the area that you're interested in, where the price has got higher chances of bouncing from. Then that's where you'll be searching for your buy trades from. All right guys, so that's all that I wanted to share with you on this one. So if you have watched until this point and you haven't subscribed, please do so that whenever I make new uploads, they can be suggested to you. All right guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.